Okay. Good day, everyone. Our our subject is personal identification techniques. Our topic today is latent prints and advanced techniques in developing latent prints. So we will dig deeper. Kasi last time, sa lesson 15, we discussed about latent prints also, na yung components, basic components niya. Ano yung evidentiary value ng latent prints? Paano, paano, paano mag-lift ng latent prints? Paano mag-testing? Ano ba yung purpose niya? Ano yung role niya? Ano yung importance niya as evidence in uh, a suspect or victim, be it in crime cases or in calamities, disasters, wherein kailangan natin ma-determine ang identity ng isang tao. So, ngayon, lesson 16, we will have our supplemental discussion to dig deep, mas deeper study sa latent prints. So, latent prints and advanced techniques in developing latent prints tayo. Grasp the technique of developing latent prints. Yan po yung ating uh, lesson. Identify the composition of latent prints. So, ayun, start na po tayo. Latent prints, these are markings, usually rather indistinct, left by the oily matters or perspiration, yung pawis, exuded from the fingertips or palms upon any substances which the fingers or palms may have touched. Okay? What causes the markings? Ridges or the raised strip of the skin. That is one of the important elements of latent prints. Without the friction ridge, okay? Friction ridge po ang tawag natin doon sa tinasabi dito na ridges or raised strip of the skin. Friction skin or friction ridge po ang tawag natin doon. Kasi doon po natin matutugpuan yung ating uh, ridge and furrows. Yung ridge, yun po yung raised portion ng skin at yung furrows, yun yung canal-like part ng skin natin. Wherein pwede natin siyang ihalin tulad doon sa ballistics subject natin, wherein the riffling of the barrel is composed of the lance, raised portion, and the grooves, which is the canal or the depressed portion. Okay? What causes the markings? Another second, we have the sweat or the perspiration, yung pawis. Very important ang sweat sa pagkakaroon natin kasi without the sweat moistening the friction skin, it will latent prints will not be produced if there is no sweat. Kasi kailangan na moist yung ating friction ridge para sa ganun pag natouch niya yung surface or shiny surface or flat surface is mare-record or maiiwan doon uh, yung characteristics or yung mismong itsura natin, friction ridge or fingerprint pattern. And of course, the third is oily or greasy hands. Alam nyo ba na pag oily or greasy hands, mas madami, mas maganda, for me lang, mas maganda at mas perfect yung may iwan na characteristics ng ating latent prints. Kasi pag gumamit ka ng oily or greasy hands, mas didikit yung ating uh, tawag nito, yung ating latent print. For example, kasi alam nyo ba ang ginagawa ko guys? Ang ginagawa ko kasi, for example, itong ating inking plate. Uh, hindi ko naman hindi ko naman ma-de-deny na oily yung face ko. Alam niyo ba nung college ang ginagamit ko, ah, pinupunas ko itong mga fingers ko either sa likod ng aking tenga or sa mismong tenga, dito sa side lang niya, or kaya naman, like this, hindi ko kayo tinuturuan para maging corner. Okay, like that. Itong mga oily parts ng ating face. Kung kayo ay oily face like me. Pero yun, gamitin natin yun as an advantage or beneficial para sa ganun. May natuturuan naman o may kahit pa paano may silbi yung pagkaka-oily face mo. Kasi pag yung sariling moist lang or from the sweat ng ating fingers, pores, ang gagamitin yun, hindi masyadong may improve yung fingerprint or yung latent print. So, for example, itong ginawa ko, okay? Hindi niyo makikita sa camera, hindi niyo makikita sa camera ang aking latent print. Pero kitang-kita ko siya sa aking mata. Kasi nga, uh, yung oily na skin ko, etong oil from my face, ginamit ko siya to moisten my finger print pattern. And of course, gumamit ako ng jealousy, itong inking personality. Try ko siya guys na ilalagyan siya ng black powder. Okay? Para tingnan natin kung ano yung difference between yung oil and yung natural sweat perspiration lang. Ito, pinunasan ko na to. Hintayin ko lang siya guys na mag mag-moist. Ito na. Didikit ko na guys. Okay? Hintayin ko lang siya mag So, etong nandito, hindi niyo makikita talaga. Pero, gaya ng ginawa ko kanina, is lalagyan ko ng, ay ipipicturean ko siya, then I will send it to my messenger para sa ganun, uh, send ko yung picture at i-share ko ulit yung info. So, for now, I will try to, I will try to uh, put some black powder. Ganito lang guys ang paglalagay ng black powder. Dadampi-dampi mo lang siya. And then, ang next po is, medyo iwakan na natin siya. Pupunasan lang siya. Punasan lang natin siya konti. Pwede mo naman siya guys, nahipan lang. Okay lang din naman, nahipan mo. Pero ako ginagawa ko, pinupunasan ko siya ng konti. Okay? Pipicturean ko siya guys. And then, pipicturean ko siya. Then, tignan nyo kung ano yung difference ng sariling sweat natin at ng oily substance. Okay. Lagyan ko siya ng white background para sa ganun, mas madali natin siya makita. Okay? Pipicturean ko na guys. Okay. Send ko sa inyo. Send ko sa messenger ko. Wait lang natin. Okay. Ito yung kagandahan. Meron tayong demonstration. Okay, ayun na. Okay. Okay, guys. Ayun. Tignan nyo kung ano yung mas favorable kayo. Okay, ipin natin sa screen. Kung papansinin nyo guys, etong, uh, eto yung gumamit lang ako dito ng, tawag dyan. Dyan ay gumamit lang ako ng sarili kong sweat. Natural lang, pinunasan yung daliri ko dyan. And dito, pinunas ko yung daliri ko sa aking face. Dun sa may medyo may oily na part ng aking face. Para sa ganun, malagyan siya ng konting oil. And then, saka ko siya prines sa jealousy dito sa inking plate. And then, nilagyan ko siya ng black powder. Kung papansinin niyo, mas maganda yung result nitong may oily kasi mas maganda yung hindi kasi masyadong clear guys yung pagka-picture. Kasi hindi naman ganun kaganda yung camera ng phone ko. Pero para sa akin, nakakita ng personal dito, I can say that ito, sa second na picture, ay dito sa katabi niya, itong fingerprint na mas maganda yung pagka-register ng characteristics ng fiction ridge kaysa dito sa original. But, hindi ko sinasabi na hindi ganun. Hindi siya ganun. Uh, Maganda. Kahit pa yung original sweat lang yan, depende kung maganda talaga yung pagkakapit, walang masyadong factors na naka-affect dun sa ating latent print, okay lang naman yun. Walang pinagkaiba yan. Kaya lang, mas maganda lang kasi pag yung medyo oily kasi mas liligid. Pero pa yung sobrang oily naman na, mawawala. Baka mag-smudge yun dyan. Okay? Ganun lang yung pagka-explain ko sa inyo. Let's resume sa ating presentation. What causes the markings? So, again, ulitin natin. The first is, bakit nawala yun? Hindi lang po ah. Okay, ayan na. What causes the marking? Siyempre, tulad ng sabi ko, yung ridges, the sweat or perspiration, and the oily or greasy hands. And types of latent print, we have visible, semi-visible, and invisible prints. Yung pong visible prints, left on the surface, when our fingers are smeared with any colored substances, such as sweat paint, blood, oil, or dust. Tulad yan ng pinakita ko sa inyo na picture, kung yung perpetrator ay pumatay, syempre magkakaroon ng dugo. The blood either came from the victim or from the perpetrator. And then, nahihawak niya yung fingers niya doon sa blood. And then, in, at saka naihawak niya sa kung anumang surface yung fingers niya or yung thumb niya, doon ay may possibility na mag-iwan siya ng fingerprint niya. Yun tinatawag nating latent print. Pag sinabi kasi nating latent print, yung print mismo na hindi natin mahahawakan, yung yung makikita lang natin siya, yung yung mismong i-tape natin, ililift natin siya using fingerprint lifting tape is called latent print. Yung hindi siya basta-basta na makikita. Unlike yung fingerprints mismo na kinuha natin from specimen, ilalagay natin sa fingerprint card. Okay? Ngayon, yung visible prints, yung sabi ko sa inyo, kung yung fingers natin at yung kamay natin ay naihawak natin sa mga colored substances like paint, black, or gas, it can cause visible prints. Pag semi-visible prints naman, mark on the surface whenever our fingers touch soft objects like wax or candle. Example, plastic or mold prints. Yan yung sinasabi natin molded prints or plastic prints wherein pag yung ating daliri naman, or our hand, palm, na-touch na yung soft objects like wax and candle, nai-imprint yung ating fingerprint. Try nyo dun sa kandila. Diba yung kandila pag uh, try nyo magpa-tudtud, I mean, mag-drip, mag-drip or kayo, mag-melt kayo ng candle. Diba pag pinapa-drip nyo yung candle, mag-flat yan ng portion na malaki. Yung kasyang-kasa sa daliri nyo. Try nyo siyang i-press habang mainit pa. May imprint yung inyong fingerprint pattern. Invisible prints. Latent prints, whose markings are caused uh, by the sweat that left on the surface whenever our finger touched an object. Ang, ang good example niyan is yung manto ng kamay mo, o kaya naman sweat yung medyo moist yung fingerprint natin, ihawak natin siya sa glass, sa doorknob, anywhere na flat surface, magkakaroon niya ng invisible prints. Ibig sabihin ng invisible, hindi siya yung basta-basta mong makikita. Although makikita mo siya pag nilapitan mo gamit ka ng magnifying glass, pero you cannot see it, tawag ito, you cannot see it very well using the naked eye. Ibig sabihin nun, kailangan mo pang ilapit yung mata mo. I mean, kailangan mo pang lumapit para makita mo yung fingerprint pattern, which is invisible. The composition of sweat, okay? 98.5% up to 99.5% is water. Yun po yung composition ng ating pawis or sweat. 98.5 to 99.5% is water and 0.5 to 1.5 is solid matter. Yung 0.5 to 1.5 na yun, ang 1/3 nun is salt. Kaya maalat-alat siya. And 2/3 is urea. And volatile fatty acids, albumin acids, and etc. Yung urea, yun yung ginagamit ng uh, fertilizer. Nitrogenous product yan. Okay? Usually, ang urea, pag sa atin, lumalabas yan sa ihi. It passes through the kidneys and is eventually excreted in the urine. Okay? Kasi itong urea is sabi dito according to the definition. Urea is the chief nitrogenous end product of the metabolic breakdown of proteins in all mammals and some fishes. These amino groups are converted to ammonia, NH3, which is toxic to the body and thus be converted to urea by the liver. Okay? Urea is made of carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. You can find it in urine, sweat, blood, and milk in mammals. Okay, kung papansin nyo, maalat-alat ang dugo. Tikman ko na rin sa hili kong dugo, syempre, maalat-alat. Sweat, natikman ko na rin, pati rin hindi ko de-deny kasi nung bata kami. Sabi nila, ganda, kung pababa ng fever. Pero sometimes, out of curiosity, ganun, tikman mo rin. Kailangan mo rin tikman yung mga ganun bagay para may idea ka. Yun, maalat-alat nga talaga. Gano'n din sa sweat, kaya ka. Pero yung sweat natin, guys, kung pansin nyo, nasukan nyo na bang pumunta yung pawis nyo sa mata nyo? Di ba mahapdi? Kasi it is composed of volatile fatty acids and other kinds of acids. Kaya nakaka-irritate siya sa mata. Composition of sweat secretions. Sweat glands, a small gland that secretes sweat situated in the dermis of the skin. Such glands are found over most of the body and have a simple coiled tubular structure. Sebaceous glands. In the dermis layer of the skin can be found throughout the body associated with the body hair, on the scalp, face, anus, may buhok dun sa anus, nose, mouth, and external portions of the ear. Its purpose is to prevent sweat evaporation and lubricate hair and surrounding skin. Secretes lipids, fatty acids, and sebum. So, yung sabi ko nga kanina, we have three kinds of glands, sweat glands. We have the sebaceous, eccrine, and apocrine. Wherein sebaceous glands is the one that produces the sweat, which is composed of sebum or yung tinatawag nating mga taba-taba. Kaya medyo oily ang feeling ng sebaceous sweat. I mean, yes. And of course, nahanap din natin siya doon sa mga hairy portions ng ating katawan, armpit, scalp, face, anus, may buhok din sa anus, ha? Anus, nose, mouth, ganun. Two types of sudoriferous or sweat glands. We have eccrine and apocrine. When eccrine, largely water with both inorganic, example ammonia, chlorides, metal ions, phosphates, and organic compounds. We have the amino acids, lactic acids, urea, sugars, and most important for fingerprints. And yung apocrine naman, itong eccrine, yung nahanapan mismo sa ating mga ating fingers, soles uh, and palms of our feet. Ay, soles of our feet and palms of our hands. Apocrine naman, secretions from course of hair, of armpit, and pubic area. Yung mga dyan nakahanapan. And you have organic substances on the sweat. Significant in identification work. Amino acid. We all know that amino acids are protein. Okay? Made of protein. The autonomic nervous system causes to secrete a large number of amino acids when under stress. Okay, kailangan kasi natin ng amino acids para sa magbuhat, lalo na pag nagbo-burn tayo ng calories lumalabas. The autonomic system controls heart rate and other bodily functions. We don't have direct control. You have proteins. Ito yung mga organic substance of cell. Proteins, fatty acids or lipids. And pag sinabi kasi natin lipid, it is a biomolecule that is soluble in nonpolar solvents. Nonpolar solvents are typically hydrocarbons used to dissolve other naturally occurring hydrocarbons. Insoluble in water, they include fats, wax cells, oils, hormones. So, yun guys, yung itong mga fatty acids, lipids, yan yung mga oily components ng ating sweat. Factors affecting the detection of latent fingerprints. Transposal factors, okay? Receiving surface texture, contaminants on the hands, ano ba yung mga chemicals na nahawakan. Example, yung alcohol, pag na-alcoholan mo kasi, anong tawag nito? Parang mag-dry kasi yung skin. Kasi sa sobrang lamig. So, subukan nyo mag-alcohol. Di ba parang mababawasan yung moist ng skin natin. Kaya gumamit kayo ng mga alcohol na may moisturizer. Okay? Contaminants on the receiving surface, the manner of contact, the amount of pressure. The amount of pressure, pag hindi siya masyado yung pressure, hindi ganun kaganda yung ma-register na latent prints dun sa surface. Kailangan hindi siya yung madiin na masyado, hindi yung masyadong magaan. Hindi, sakto lang. Okay, environmental factors, you have temperature, humidity, and handling. Sa temperature, pag sobrang init naman, kasi pwede mag-evaporate yung component ng latent prints which is made of made out of sweats or other oily matters or greases. Pag sobrang lamig naman, may tendency ma-wash out, okay? Pag humidity, yung init ng air, okay? Pwede siyang mag-cause ng evaporation. And handling naman, depende sa paghawak yan. Kung lagi mo napupunasan naman lagi, yun. Things to be considered in searching for latent prints. Okay, in searching latent prints, precaution is important. Do not remove the object from the original position or touch by your bare fingers anything that requires fingerprint examination. Always remember, mag-gloves kayo. Gagamit kayo ng gloves pag kukuha kayo ng fingerprint pattern or latent prints dun sa crime scene. Kasi baka mamaya yung fingerprint nyo mismo ang makuha nilang ng mga kasama nyo. Search systematically and intelligently. Very important yan na may sistema kayo sa pag-search. Parang ganyan din sa investigation, 'di ba? Doon sa crime scene search pattern natin, 'di ba? May pattern tayo, may spiral pattern, meron tayong single strip or double strip, we have zone, okay? So, yun. Ganun din ang gagawin nyo. And attention should be given to objects such as guns, yung mga baril, alam nyo kung saan pwedeng may maiwan na fingerprint or latent print sa baril is dun sa mga shiny portion or flat surface like the trigger guard, like the slides. Pero dun sa ating grip, wala. Wala tayong pwede makunan dun kasi rough surface yun. Okay? Doorknobs, yan. Ito yung pinakamarami talagang pwedeng pagkuha ng fingerprint, yung doorknob. Okay? And glasses, windows, papers, ganun din sa papers, lalo na yung mga papers na medyo smooth and parang alam mo yung mga papers na yung cover ng mga coupon band o kaya yung medyo glossy papers yun, madali. Pero pag yung dry na paper, yung ordinary paper, wala, hindi basta-basta pwedeng maiwan ng fingerprint. Dati doon, unless na yung fingerprint pattern na yun or yung print na yun is ang tawag nito, naihawak ng suspect or ng tao dun sa isang wet substance like blood, colored substance like paint, blood, etc. Pwede sa paper dumikit yun. Pero kung dry is to dry, wala. If you think you cannot ayun, and protect and preserve intact or any latent will develop, if you think you cannot do it alone, call immediately a laboratory technician to assist you, of course. The amount and the quality of powder to be used must be enough. Ang ibig sabihin ng powder, I mean yung amount and quality, kailangan enough daw. Kasi pag konti yung powder, hindi basta-basta. Okay? Surface types. Uh, Etong surface types, ito yung mga surfaces na wherein pwedeng ma-search, maiwan yung latent print. Hindi ito yung kamay Hindi ito tinutukoy yung ating kamay or ating fingertips. Okay? Pag sinabi nating porous surface, absorbent siya. Example, paper, cardboard, wood, other cellulose. Pag non-porous naman, repel moisture, polished, glass metal plastics, lacquered or painted wood, rubber. Okay? It repels moisture. Yung non-porous. Kasi hindi siya yung basta-basta mabasa. Pero pag yung porous, like paper, cardboard, it does not repel moisture or it is absorbent. And semi-porous naman, glossy cardboard, finished wood, glossy magazine covers, and yung textured naman is pebbled plastic surfaces of appliances. Considerations before recovering latent prints, safety of the personnel at the scene. Very important po, always remember that if you are a police or law enforcer, the first thing or yung priority ng bawat isa is safety. Okay? Yung buhay mo, yung buhay ng mga biktima, buhay ng mga tao. Okay? And second is surface type to be processed. Kailangan i-consider mo yan. Ito bang area na ito bang surface type na ito, rough siya? Meron ba kayong possibility na may maiwan na fingerprint dito? Maybe yes or no. Surface exposed to water or not. Kasi pag na-expose sa water, may tendency ma-wash out yung fingerprint o kaya naman masisira yung fingerprint or yung latent print. Pag hindi naman, okay lang. Availability of equipment. Very important guys na meron kayong brush, fingerprint powder kasi uh, excuse me. Kasi nga, pag gagawa kayo or mag-examine kayo ng fingerprint or latent print, kukuha kayo ng latent print o hindi naman kompleto yung yung equipment nyo, sayang lang yung effort, pwede pang masira yung ebidensya. Sayang talaga. Exposure of the surface to extreme heat. Kailangan i-consider nyo na rin kasi siyempre pwedeng mag-evaporate yung fingerprint pattern kung walang ay pwede mag-evaporate yung fingerprint pattern kung masyado yung exposure niya sa heat. What causes evaporation ba guys? Siyempre heat. Kung uh, pag-aralan niyo yung tawag ito, yung water cycle, di ba? Nandun yung evaporation. Physical methods of developing. Powders adhere to both water and land deposits. Generally useful of non-newer brains. Choose powder to contrast with the background. Useful on dry, relatively smooth, non-adhesive surfaces. Used after laser fluorescence. Used before ninhydrin and after cyclo cyanoacrylate. Results may vary with skill, photo, or lift by conventional methods. Okay, yung powder, always remember, ito lang yung pinaka-goal or pinaka-rule. I mean, yes, rule sa pagpa-powder. Always remember that the powder that you will use contrast, should have a contrast with the background. Kung black or dark areas yung inyong if we fingerprint, kukuha na ng natin print, kailangan gumamit kayo ng light color powder or yung white or gray powder. Pero kung white naman, yung light, pwedeng contrast na yung color black na powder, yun black powder ang gagamitin nyo. Pero lang yung kadali. Kinds of powder, we have regular, carbon, carbon black, flake metal, okay, ganun. Magnetic, light, dark, fluorescent, fluorescent naman, powder with fluorescent dye stain, yung medyo mag-blue-blue. Bichromatic, reflective aluminum powder and black powder. Early local ingredients. Ang mga local ingredients ng ating powder noon is charcoal, lead powder. Yung lead powder, kung nakikita nyo yung ating lapis, kukuskusan lang nila yun, powder na yun. Cigar ashes, powdered iron, soot. Itong soot naman, try nyo maggamit ng lighter, yung medyo yellowish ang apoy niya o kaya naman kandila. Itapat nyo lang sa kandila yung isang kalan o kaya kung ano mong bagay yan, pwede yung spoon. Pag nakita nyo na nag-black na yung spoon, pwede yung kunin yung soot nun. Yung color black doon na iwan na parang panang smoke is soot ang tawag natin doon. Okay? Or talc from powder yan. Mga big powder. Harmful naman na mga ingredients is lead, mercury, and cadmium. Fluorescent powders offers advantages conventional powders don't but applied the same. Photograph or lift by conventional methods. Useful or confusing or multicolored backgrounds UV or forensic light requires. Etong ating brushes is made of animal hair, fiber filaments, feathers, magnetic application. Itong animal hair, pwede gamitin dyan is yung mga furry animals, like yung sa cats, o kaya naman kung basta yung medyo mahaba ang hairs na animal. Excuse me. Holy R kayo. Fiberglass. Yan, yung mga fiberglass gawa sa fiber. Alam niyo naman yung fiber is makati siya and very thin na fiber. Kaya lang makati. Pero siyempre may mga process naman na nag-undergo yan kaya nawawala yung kati. Ano? And feathers naman, meron yung mga feathers na mga manok or ng any bird na fluffy siya, yung malambot. Yun po yung nagagamit, hindi yung mismong multitigas na feather, okay? And magnetic applicator. Yung magnetic applicator naman, Meron kasi yung depende yan sa powder. Kung yung powder is magnetic, ibig sabihin na ma-magnet siya, dumidikit siya sa magnet, pwede mo siyang gamitan ng magnetic applicator. Wherein, isasaboy mo lang yung powder dun sa yung tawag ito, doon sa latent print and then gagamit ka lang ng magnet para sa ganun, uh, kukunin mo ulit yung powder para sa ganun, mas clear mo makita yung ating latent print. Techniques using powders, we have dust. Ang first technique is dusting, yung paglalagay ng powder. Appropriate surface, ridged or non-porous such as glass, plastic, or metal. Fury, dust will adhere to sweat and oils left behind. Yun yung didikit doon. And of course, ang hindi madidikitan is doon sa ating mga ridges, wherein yun yung binibilang natin. Chemical methods of developing, you have the name Hydri, UV light, and Victoria Pure Blue. Okay, yung chemical methods of developing yan. Gas method of developing, you have iodine fuming, cyocrylite, or super glue fuming. Sa iodine fuming, porous and non-porous as paper, index cards, magazines, and cardboard, yung ginagamitan natin. Itong sa super glue naman, it is used on the variety of materials not only to visualize latent print but also to semi-man and affix them to their surface. Ginagamitan siya ng glue. Optical methods of developing prints, we have alternative light sources. Yung forensic light sources natin is fluorescent and phosphorescence. Okay, yung fluorescence is immediate emission of light and sa phosphorescence, long-lived light. Laser naman, yung light amplification by stimulation of, kalimutan ko na yung meaning ng laser guys ha. Okay, hanggang lang. Light amplification by the stimulated emission of radiation. Yan yung ibig sabihin ng laser. Sometimes, yung ginagamit nila, gumagamit sila ng laser para sa ganun, ma-detect yung mga latent prints. Reflected ultraviolet imaging system or RUVIs, gumagamit sila ng UV rays. And guide surface and treatment. Surfaces and treatment methods. Smooth, non-porous. Tapos na tayo dito kanina. Preservation of prints na lang tayo guys, okay? Ang pinakauna sa lahat guys, kung paano i-preserve ang ating fingerprint is through photograph. Photograph. Kasi ang pinaka number one way to preserve latent prints is to photograph it. Covering the print to preserve it in its entirety if on a small object. Sometimes, kinocoveran nila yon, siyempre para hindi siya ma-expose sa ilaw, sa sunlight, sa air, sa extreme temperature, okay? Lifting the prints with adhesive tape naman, isa yan sa pag-preserve natin, and placing the tape with prints on a card with labels. Ganyan yung pag-preserve. Tulad nung in-example ko kanina, di ba? Yung sa lesson 15, nag-lifting tape tayo. Lifting is the process of securing and preserving latent prints by the use of an adhesive material known as the fingerprint lifter. Yung tape lang yan, guys. Tape lang siya. Kaya lang pinakaiba ng fingerprint lifter, mas makapal siya at mas durable kaysa sa ordinary tape. Pero okay lang yung ordinary tape. Pwede yan. Okay? So, yun guys ang about sa ating latent prints. Sana naintindihan nyo yung importance ng latent print. Ang latent prints, yan yung mismong hinahanap natin sa crime scene para sa ganun, pag nakita natin sila, i-dust natin siya ng powder, ng black powder, or ano yung applicable na powder, and then ililift natin siya using fingerprint tape or lifter, and then we will put it in the fingerprint card at doon na tayo mag-start mag-examine ng fingerprint. So, yun guys ang purpose ng ating fingerprint lifting tape. Okay, thanks. So, kung papansinin nyo, okay, yun yung mga techniques on how to preserve the latent prints. Very important guys ang latent print kasi it will it is the main focus of fingerprint, yung latent prints. Kasi without latent prints, hindi natin ma-examine yung fingerprint or yung characteristics ng fingerprint ng isang tao. Hindi natin siya magagamit to link the suspect or the victim. So hanggang dyan muna tayo sa lesson 16. And sa lesson 17, we will discuss about the, ano po ba, hindi discuss natin sa lesson 15? Tama. Ang di-discuss natin sa lesson 17 pala, I mean, is fingerprint system, examination, identification, and presentation of evidence in court. So, yung fingerprint system na pag-aralan natin yan last time, wherein meron tayong dalawa, gagalton and the system. So, dyan nagtatapos guys ang ating supplemental discussion for lesson 16. Thank you and God bless. Yung sa requirements nyo sa instruction, hindi na kailangan ni habain itong video pa, discuss lang yung requirements nyo. So pa yung oras. Just follow the previous instruction. Yes lang. Thank you.